Of all the projects you have worked on, which is your favourite, and why is that?
That's like asking people their favourite XYZ of anything, really. You know, it's very hard to narrow it down. I guess I can narrow it down a little bit to projects that I felt dicked over on a bit, unfortunately, and maybe one that I haven't been. When I was working on SLA Industries and I did Cannibal Sector 1, that was the thing I loved the most that I'd worked on in ages, and the thing that I felt was most worthy of industry recognition. I thought that was good enough to be another Origins Award winner or something similar. Unfortunately, I felt that it was gutted in editing, in that a lot of good material was taken out, and that the material that I had written was somewhat neutered, unfortunately. And I don't entirely blame the editor, but I don't think it was the best possible decision for him to cut out my material to insert his own material, which I personally didn't feel was as good. That felt like a little bit like an abusive position, and also giving himself top billing when I'd written the majority of it was a shame, and I felt that undermined the vision and the effectiveness of the book to an extent. I'm still proud of it, but the original draft was a lot better in my not so humble opinion. So that's unfortunate. And having fallen out with one of the SLA Industries guys, I'll never get to fix that issue, I suppose, unfortunately. So another project that I was quite proud of working on was a set of Call of Cthulhu adventures that Cubicle 7 did, and the character on the front even has a sort of a vague likeness to me, or at least that's why I was initially told, until they did a copyright claim when I used the image. So the idea was sort of Cthulhu Britannica, I think the series was called, and I wrote a series of things inspired by, derived from Lovecraft, but intermingling folk horror from the British countryside, you know, aspects and things, and real stories, giving them a Cthulhu mythos spin. And again, I thought that was really good, but when it came to editing, some of the ideas were just taken out and not used, and others were edited to a degree that I felt was a bit too strong. You know, it's a horror game. Things are meant to be uncomfortable and horrific, and this was even before things got as bad as they have now. So again, I feel that what I produced was compromised. This is why I'm less happy to work for other people these days. But it was a lot of fun to work on, a lot of fun to research and write. It's just, again, the execution kind of let me down. And lastly, I think Tabletopless, because that is like a culmination of stuff that I've always wanted to do, in a way, the exploration of adult themes, albeit this is being done in a more overt way. It's finally giving me the freedom to examine these themes and ideas, to center games around sexuality and romance and so on in a way that I've always wanted to, and I get paid to Games Master, so what's not to love there?